The rest of them I don't want to sell.
Sure. Well, we're going to look around here. We got a lot to look at, and Gary's doing a fine job there. I hope you don't fall down on us or nothing, backing up. But okay, over here, Bill, we have a 55 T-Bird and an Olds convertible. Is that right?
Yes, 5088 Olds. It's got a Chevy in it. It's automatic. I would sell it.
The convertible.
Yes.
Okay, and what would you want
I
for
want 10,000 for it.
10,000. And what about the T-Bird?
I don't want to sell it right now.
Have you had a lot of these cars a long time? Some of them, or?
Well, some of my keepers, yes.
Yeah, right. And how do you come about these cars? Do people come up to you, or do you find them in the paper, or just you get a whim?
People know I fool with them. They call me a lot, but I go to swap meets in a lot of places.
Sure. Boy, you got a nice stuff. You know, every guy like us would love to have a place like this and a lot of space and have all these cars, and you know, we'd all like what you got. You know, I mean, this is the fun thing. So. Okay, Bill, well, let's walk around here and we'll see what you got. We'll play some music for the folks, and let's take a walk. Okay, Bill, we're standing in front of a shell and a frame on a 36 Ford, is that right?
Yes, it's a 36 5-window coupe. I've got all the hood and the grill and the front fenders for it and running boards. They're in pretty good shape. The back fenders I have for it, but they're not too good. I've got...
but you have the front fenders and...
Yes, all the front end for it. Yes.
Now, this don't look in too bad a shape. I
mean, it's pretty good. It's a real good deck lid on it and everything. Floor's not good in it, but I've got most of a bitchin', one of those bitchin' floors for it.
Sure. Do you have anything else?
Oh, got windshield frame and garnish moldings.
Well, that's good. That's good. Now, was this some type of...
They had a cloth top up there originally.
A cloth top?
A lot of times you fill them, but with just well metal in. But
if somebody wanted to make this as a little rod, they got a built-in skylight, right?
Oh, yes, big.
Now, what would, if somebody come down here and put that on a trailer and haul it back, what would you get for that?
$3,800.
$3,800, and the frame is good?
Well, it's good. The sides are good. I think they've cut the X out of it.
But that could be welded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But now this is a fairly rare car.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's I mean, Nice street rod material.
Mm-hmm.
Very desirable. And what's the station wagon over here?
The 53 Ford two-door wagon. It's got a 302 in it.
Uh-huh. And you don't, on the two doors, you don't see many of the two doors.
Not in the wagons, no.
Now I see really quite a few Mercs around here. How many old Mercs you got? A half dozen, or?
Yes, probably.
A half dozen Mercs, and they look to be all coupes.
Well, some of them are and some of them aren't.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of neat for anybody in the, like me in the Mercury Club, you know.
That 51 Mercury sitting over there is a two doors, a nice car, and it's sold. It's going to be built into a clone, a Barris clone.
Oh, can we go look at it?
Sure.
Let's do that. Okay, Bill. Now here we are at this Merc. Now, this one is the Merc that is sold, and
Yeah.
this is a 50 what?
It's 51.
51.
It's
and
going to be built into a Barris clone car.
a Barris clone car. And for people who don't know, Barris is out of California, who did a lot of the movie cars for different movie pictures, and he's well known for his customizing work. Well, that's something. Sure like to see this when it gets done. This is a nice straight car too.
Yeah, it's a good solid car.
Yeah. And is there any engine in this one?
No, I took it out. He didn't want the motor, the side chrome and stuff, so I took it all out and kept it.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't want that anyway, I don't think. Well, that's really neat. That's a nice car. And then over here to the right, you have a
53 Ford two-door, and it's got a rebuilt 302 in it with automatic.
Uh-huh.
One-
That one runs?
Oh, yes, it runs. It'd make a good builder for somebody. I want $2,500 for it.
Uh-huh. Sure, that's a nice solid. There's no, I don't see any visible rust on it. Looks solid. Okay, Bill, here we are at the back of your garage where your four cars were in the back of this Buick. Now, what your Buick again is
It's
it?
a 56 Century.
56 Century, and this has had a lot of customizing work
Yes,
done
it's
on it.
customized quite a little bit. It's
Yeah.
got two sets of 56 Buick taillights molded in.
Uh-huh. Boy, that's a nice car. And this is the one you're going to be driving to California
Yes.
this summer?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And so it must be pretty dependable.
I hope so.
Well, I hope so too. So, okay, Bill, here we are in front of this Buick, and you just acquired this, right?
Yes, I just bought it this week.
What year?
It's a 54 Special V8 with a 3-speed standard transmission, which is fairly rare.
Wow.
And it's
It
a
looks
solid car.
Oh, it looks good and solid. Yeah. Now this sits just right. Sits nice and level. Did you drive it home?
No, I didn't drive it home. I drove it off the trailer and drove it up the road and back. But
I
didn't.
see.
It needs a carburetor kit in it. I've got one coming for it, but I haven't got it in there yet.
So if somebody, well, I suppose this one isn't ready to sell yet.
No, not really.
Okay. Okay.
But I would sell it like it is.
What would you get for it? Just
Like it said, it's about 1,800.
1,800, boy, and that would be a nice car, a two-door, for somebody to start with. And,
Yeah, I'd make a nice custom or rod or whatever.
It sure would. Let's go in your garage here and take a look at your Merc convertible. Okay, Bill, here in your other garage, we have this beautiful Merc convertible. What year is this titled as?
It's a 1950.
50.
It's chopped 2.5 inches. Top still folds.
Dual exhaust, so you're running a what engine?
302 Ford with a C4 automatic.
Boy, this looks like a show winner here. Now, do you do a lot of these work yourself?
I do everything but the interior work.
You do? Wow, that's a lot of work. So you sand and paint, and you do engine work and transfers and everything. Oh, that's really something. Now, do you do customizing work too?
Yes.
Like this
Yes,
taillight?
I do.
Oh, you do? Wow. Do you do that for other people, or
No,
do you
just
have enough?
myself. I keep myself busy.
Right. Yeah, you have enough to do on your own. Yeah. Well, if you ever retire, you could do that for other people. Or something. I don't know. Anyway, here we have a nice little hot rod and primer, and what is that?
It's a 29 Ford Roadster.
29 Ford Roadster. Wow, that's neat. What kind of taillights are on there?
Those are a 50 Pontiac.
50 Pontiac. That's a fenderless car, but that looks like a lot of fun.
I drive it every day in the summertime.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Yeah. And let's walk to the back here. You've got a couple of real nice classics up here. What's this black
It's a
one?
1936 Ford Roadster.
36 Ford Roadster. Wow.
It's original.
Very desirable car. And alongside of Gary here, we have this purple Ford. What is this?
It's a 1936 three-window coupe, chopped.
A 36 Ford.
Yes.
Well, this is, now the one we looked at out in the
That's
yard.
a five-window.
That's
out
a
in the yard.
five-window.
Yeah.
But if somebody put the time and effort into it, this is what they could end up with.
Yes.
This is gorgeous. Yeah. And look at the skirts down here. Don't these skirts look nice? Boy, are those steel fender skirts?
No, they're glass. Yeah.
Is your trunk a trunk or is it a rumble seat?
It's trunk. I
Oh.
drive them long distances, and I'd rather have a trunk in one.
I would
get
too.
a lot more stuff in it.
I would too, and then otherwise they're stepping on your fender to get in. Now, what kind of taillights are these here?
There's a 46 Buick.
46 Buick taillights. Wow.
It's got 46 Chevy pickup headlights molded in it.
Uh-huh. Wow, well, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love everything you have. Okay, Bill, on your hot rod here, you've got this beautiful steering wheel. Tell us about this. What is this?
I took a 39 Banjo and a late model aftermarket wheel. It's got the wood on it, and cut it down and welded it on there, and then put the wood back on it, varnished it.
Well, you got a lot of time in this steering wheel.
Yes, quite a bit.
That is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous steering wheel. People don't really, they don't look twice at things like that
No.
unless you're into this. You know, some spectator, somebody walking by looking at your hot rod would glance over this and not realize how much time you have
Yeah.
into something like this.
You can buy them, that's similar to it, but
Sure. Sure you
I'd
can.
rather have something I made.
Well, that's you take a lot of pride in what you do. And I know, like, customizing taillights and that all takes a lot of time. And okay, Bill, well, we're winding up here, and we just wanted to pull off the highway and say hello and take a look at your beautiful old cars. And I want to thank you very much for joining us on Driveway
Well,
Talk.
thank you.
And are you in any car clubs? I don't think I asked you that.
KKOA and KOA and then NSRA.
National Street Rod Association. Well, that's nice. Do they have any car clubs right around here in this part of Missouri where you're at?
Well, this town where I'm at, they've got a Studebaker club, and then they've
They
got
do.
a street rod club.
Oh, they do. Okay, well, that's neat. Oh, the Street Rod Club. So is that part of the Missouri
Yeah, it's just vintage.
vintage? Oh,
Vintage.
Model A's or something?
No, it's street rods.
Oh,
I can't even think of the name of it right
Oh,
now.
well, anyway, well, you got
Vintage
enough.
rods, I think.
Yep. Vintage rods. Oh, well, that's nice. That's nice that there's a lot of activity around, you know. And
Yeah, we
things
have a
like
lot of cruise nights in the summertime
Oh, you do?
and everything now. We
Oh.
got a little more summertime than you
that.
got.
Well, you do, yeah. I wish we had more summertime. But then what do you meet, like on Friday and Saturday at the local drive-ins or
yes,
something?
Oh. Yeah, 4 or 5 towns. Well, just about all the towns around here have.
Sure.
You can go to one every weekend if you want.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, Bill, I want to thank you for joining
thank
us on
you.
Driveway Talk, and we'll see you all down the road.